This is our custom cup that we're going to teach you how to make today. It uses a standard number 12 ceramic cup with a gas lens diffusion screen, but as you can see, we've modified it so that the gas lens now occupies the smaller diameter of the top, which was our previous output hole, and now uses the larger diameter of the cup for our discharge. The important thing about this orientation is that it allows us a much greater depth to our argon before it exits the cup. So it solves some of the issue that the champagne cup has with an erratic or cyclic flow of gas before it reaches the base metal that we're working on. This design allows us to have a nice volume of argon build up. It's protected well within the cup and allows us, number two, to extend our electrode out much, much farther due to this design, so that we can have contaminant-free welds in very tight notch areas, such as the seat stay to seat tube, or in tight between the down tube and the head tube. Let's take a look at some of the materials that are utilized to create this cup, and I think you're going to find it's a lot easier than you think, but it's going to offer a world of benefit. These are the materials that are required to make our custom cup. These are all available from your local welding supply company, and or you can pick up the acetone and JB Weld at your local hardware store as well. Let's start off. We start off with our standard number 12 ceramic cup. Usually costs you around $4, $5, something like that at the local welding supply. You also need to pick up a gas lens. This one's made by Weldcraft. It is the 45V64S gas lens with a stubby connection. This particular one is for 3/32 because that's the electrode of choice that I like to use. We also need some JB Weld, an acid brush, a couple Q-tips, some acetone, and then you need to make up one of these little guys. What this is a custom fitment that I made that allows us to pull up and fixture the gas lens tight inside the cup while we wait for it to cure. You can see that it's just a standard piece of 6061 aluminum. I've drilled and tapped it for a 5/16 24 TPI thread, which is consistent with the interior of my Weldcraft torch. I've also designed it so that it sits down inside of our ceramic cup, but still leaves room for the stubby connection to come up without having an interference fit with the glue once we get to that point. So our first step is actually to take our gas lens, go over to the lathe, and we're going to turn the threads down off of our gas lens to reduce its OD, and then chamfer the edge so it has a nice rounded position so that it will fit easily inside of our cup and nice and tight to the dome shape of the smaller end. Once we have that put together, we go ahead and take some JB Weld. We'll mix up the JB Weld, apply it around the edge of our gas lens, slide it inside our cup, and then we're going to attach our custom fixture to hold everything in place. Alright, once our holding fixture is in place, we simply need to let the cup sit for 6 to 8 hours for the JB Weld to set up, and then what we'll have is our finished product. We'll have a nice cup welded in place with a gas lens diffusion screen, good depth to allow our argon to pool and flow down evenly, and a deep enough cup with good enough gas coverage that we're able to get good extension on our electrode far beyond what we normally could achieve with any of the 3 previous cups that were displayed. We're going to run you through a slideshow real quick and show you the steps involved in making this. So hopefully you too can make a cup similar to this that's going to provide contaminant-free welding for your tie experience. let's just give you an example here of how far you can extend this tungsten without having contamination. We're going to position it here above our piece. We're going to give it a little bit of pre-flow. Let the argon flow in the hip. And as you can see, even with the tungsten extended almost 1.5 inches, very little discoloration on this rounded piece of TI. So there you have it, folks. An easy way to make a custom cup for titanium welding that provides good extension of your electrode, excellent gas coverage, and will provide you with a crystal clean, strong titanium weldment. Until next time, have a good time building frames.